Day 24, the devil's in the details. I just did a recording of this and I was noticing it ran a little long, so I'm actually doing it again. So bear with me. So, the devil's in the details. We're just going to dive right into this, okay? The way you are imagining could be twisted, could be shifted if you start asking better questions. What are the questions? Your who's, your how's, your what's, your why's, your when's. All those questions are actually blocking your blessing. Because you're going, who do I have to be in order to be the person I want to be, right? But you'll get trapped in saying that I want to be like Steve Jobs or I want to be like this person, when you could ask yourself, who is congratulating me on being that person? What would your loved ones say? Who would shake your hand? Because sometimes being able to visualize people congratulating you actually evokes that feeling of I am that. Right? What about your what's? Your what's could be, I want, what do you want? I want a VW Atlas, let's say, right? You want a vehicle and you see it driving around your neighborhood and you're constantly looking at it being like, oh man, I wish I had that thing. And it's constantly blocking you from actually believing that you already are that thing. And so you don't actually manifest it because you're always wanting it. Right? But what if you started asking yourself, I want one like that? What would it be like if I had something like that? What would it be like to have it in your driveway? What does that feel like to know that that's yours? Not looking at it being like, oh, I want something, I want that. But man, I love seeing my car. That feeling, right? Allowing it to happen. And then what about which? I'm sorry. That was the which. I'm sorry. See, looking at my notes. And then how? How is it going to happen? How should it happen? As opposed to how did it go after the wish was fulfilled? How did it go after it was fulfilled? See, asking the questions of how is it going to happen puts you in the muck of figuring every single detail out. And that's where the devil is. But if you're thinking of this particular time where it's already happened in your past and you're trying to remember when. Just remember when. How did it transpire? I just remember it like it was yesterday. And tell the story from that state. Try it out. Experiment with it. If you have any questions and uncertainties, shoot it back my way. But remember, you already are the person you want to be. Everything in this world wants you to believe that it happens first, when in actuality, it's happening within you. It's already done. You just need to accept it. And so you need to ask yourself questions that put you in the state of the wish fulfilled, as opposed to the desperation of wondering if it's ever going to happen or what I have to do. Because the more you step into the state and you assume that you are that state, the more the outside world has to match. And the more you start noticing it and journaling it and really playing with it, you'll start to see it happening faster and faster. And once you start building that faith and you start seeing it happen faster and faster, you'll start to realize that the only reason why the world has been showing you what it's been showing you is because you've been choosing it. So ask better questions. Live from the state. All right, have fun with this, all right? Go back to week 1, week 2. Really dive into that in your meditations, in your sessions, asking yourself, who would be there to congratulate me? What type of person am I who has $1 million or who has their X amount of clients? Because it's not about the specific thing that you think you're deciding on. It's about the state of the wish fulfilled. It's already happened. Cool? Peace and hair grease.